Hello friends, Sam with Graham doing TCGs yet again. Flesh and Blood, Tales of Aria, first edition. So this set is a intriguing one at this point. The box prices are ridiculously low. Honestly, lower than when I first bought this. So from a strictly, what did I invest into this? Not a great call. But there's frankly a ton of stuff from this set that I have not opened yet. So I want to just have my shot at pulling cards I need. It's always fun opening cards knowing that there's some decent chunks of a set that you are lacking. So that is precisely what we are doing today. Knowing that there is Tales of Aria that I need, we're just going to go hunt for some of it. A good friend of mine recently opened a single box, and I was somebody that had thought about Flesh and Blood, decided to get out. So, or to not, frankly, decided not to get into a collectible game at all, which is a smart choice in most situations. But, he was like, hey, here's the stuff I got. Do you want any of it? Turned out I actually needed several of the cards in there. So, and that there's still quite a bit I need, especially in foily slots. So, here we are. Shock Striker. Going after more of that. I have to always remember which slot cards might be when I'm opening something like this, because the cards always seem to be in a different position. Flicker Wisp, that is not a card I'm looking for. The cards float around a lot in Flesh and Blood with the order in a given, the pack order in a set, basically. So, we'll see. It is also very cold here right now, which would be a chunk of what? Amulet of Ice. That's a kind of cool foil. Not a cold foil, but a cool foil. This being an older set, I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through all the individual pulls, but Explosive Growth and Weave Ice, Singeing Seal Blade, Rotten Hole Buckler. It's been interesting watching more and more people chime in on the Rudy thing, and it's also cool to see the big event going on the other side of the world from me right now. The big invitational for Flesh and Blood. That's more interesting, frankly. Mark of Lightning. And it's fun just to see all the, I say big names, the big content creator names meeting each other. Saw the picture of Flake with Melody earlier, and that made my heart happy. So, all kinds of Flesh and Blood world stuff going on right now, and it's just fun to see it. Especially the bits that are just exciting and happiness taken away from the drama. Ooh, Seek and Destroy. That is a Majestic I'm pretty happy with right there. I don't think I have, so far, I say that some of the foils, there are actually some common and rare foils that I still need, and I don't remember all of those. Foil Flicker Wisp, I'm pretty certain is not one of them. Don't love that hit. There are a fair number of common and rare foils that I still need. And I don't know all those off the top of my head. So I may have hit some stuff that I need already. Bolt and Shot. Rites of Replenishment. Rotten Old Butler. Buckler? Sorry. Seek and Destroy. That's a card that I've been running into that's gives me a few headaches every now and then playing against Ranger. Endless Winter. So yeah, this set has the problem of for Classic Constructed at the very least, all the heroes introduced here are retired. I haven't paid as much attention to Blitz, but that makes it Sigil of Suffering. That's pretty good. Winter's Grasp. But it makes it a little tricky to pull stuff that, if I don't need it, that is desirable to trade or whatever for stuff I do. Red Bolt and Shot, that's nice. Evergreen and Overflex. It's just a tricky set right now. Though moving on in with Living Legends stuff going on now, maybe that changes some as things continue. Fingers crossed. Not that I'm opening a ton of it, though I might. With it as cheap as it is, that's kind of fun. And I love the art in the set. It may not be my personal favorite style per se, but it's just pretty. Especially all the colors that pop. Especially for some of the Ranger and some of the Runeblade stuff. It's just gorgeous. Evergreen. There's a Frostlock for Majestic number 3. 4. And a foil. So another Majestic that doesn't help us out a whole lot, I don't think. Ooh. Well, my token's a Rosetta Thorn. Sigil of Suffering. That's not bad for a rare hit. Yeah, I'll be curious to see as more and more Living Legends stuff happens. Details, things, for Starvo and stuff like that, start picking up attention again. Lightning Crescent Snapshot. I don't believe I've seen a cold foil yet. Might be coming late. Frostfang, Blossoming. Oh, Blossoming Spellblade's a Majestic, followed by an Oaken Old in foil, which is intriguing. Too good of a card, right? Too good of a card. But a good card, therefore. It's funny how that works. Right. Oh! Okie dokie. Well, there is our cold foil. That is the cold foil fabled Corsham. I'm going to set it down for a second and come back to it. Oh, how's the back? Okay, I'm going to slide it back out of the sleeve for a second here. The edge feels a little... That's not too bad, though. That looks like a pretty doggone good... The centering, I feel like this side's a little thinner. Wow, the edges are a little are a little meh. This corner isn't so great. Overall, though, that is a darn good looking cold foil fabled Corsham, which I don't still... I feel like I pulled one at one point, and it may not have even been cold foil. I can't remember if I ever pulled a cold foil. I'm pretty sure I pulled a rainbow foil, but then parted ways with it. That's cool. That is one of the only Fableds I didn't have a copy of at all right now. It's hard to count Command and Conquer since I've got like regular Command and Conquers, but so I don't have that. But otherwise, I think it's pretty close to all of them. I'm tickled, y'all. Getting a cold foil fabled in any situation, even one that is pretty, pretty down in opinion / desirability, however you want to look at it. I am not displeased by this at all. That's super fantastic. I would not have guessed seriously that I would pull that. That is fantastic. Ooh, there's Voltaire. In the non-foil version. Emboldened for rare foil. Last pack of box one. We're going to do the same like we did with the Everfest before. We're going to do 2 boxes, though I find it hard to believe anything else I am going to find is going to live up with what I already have. I just don't see that happening at this point. Well, let's find out. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. You never know. Flash and Shelter. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe I did pull a cold foil. I feel like I did pull the cold foil, but I didn't keep it at the time. I think I actually bought it at West Virginia event that I went to and traded it. I know I've had one. That's the best I can do you for. Force of Nature. Okay. So that's our first Majestic from this box. Seek and Destroy still goes on. And as I keep on glancing down at other cards I'm pulling, it's like, well, we gotta work around Corsham. But we pulled a cold foil Fabled. We're gonna work around it, right? Everything else has to move for the Fabled. That's just the rule. Nothing else gets to complain about getting pushed around because the Fabled legitimately is just better than them, and it knows it. It's like Lobo Gem when you think about it. Rites of Lightning. Yeah, it's like, there's good and bad. The good is, when you pull it early, you know, all right, I got my Fabled. I'm happy with whatever else comes, right? But the flip side of that is, that you pull it early and you're exposed to the elements. You pull it early and you're just like, well, it's not getting better than this, is it? Like, you've just got that, it's all downhill from here kind of situation going on. I could get really lucky. And granted, it's not what it was a while back with, well, there's a cold foil Cracker Jacks. With, you know, the living legend status of Lexi and CC. But a New Horizon is the card I've wanted for a while. I think, honestly, it may be... I don't... Now, granted, I cannot remember every card I've pulled. I don't think I ever pulled a New Horizon of either first edition or unlimited. I don't think I have ever even pulled one, which is wild. I think it may be if it's not the only legendary from anything past Crucible of War that I have not pulled one of, it is a very, very short list otherwise. I think it might be. Winter's Whale. Also, too good of a card. But maybe come... maybe come Living Legends again. Yeah, y'all see that front and center. You know what's up. What else is going to be there? Once you've pulled that. You can rewind if somehow you're landing in the middle of this video. I don't know how you would, since it's not like a premiere or a live stream. But if you did, you can rewind it and you see that that came out of this, not this box. It came out of the first box. We're in the second one. It came out of this case. It came in this video, out of this opening. And that makes me happy. There's a non-foil Oaken Old, which I feel like still doesn't help me a whole lot. Of course, it makes me happy. I am pretty certain that after my mistake of parting with the previous one, I will not be parting with this one. I think we want to keep it. I like that Guardian. I love Thump. Thump's just a funny card. It's not super strong on its face unless you boost it with a bunch of stuff. But A, it's just called Thump and it looks funny. And B, there's no B. I just like it. It makes me happy. Evergreen Snapshot and a Cold Wave red. It's not bad. Got a couple packs left for this opening, but again, we've done our bit already. Lightning. I started to say Lightning Fest and Frost. I just don't. I don't know what to do with me sometimes. We're winding down here. We haven't really had much. Well, I say that. And there is a Light It Up. Right as I was about to say, we haven't had any Majestic hits or the like in a while. Just to cover us for that. That pack is on the floor. So we are going to save it for last because there's going to be a legendary or a second Corsham in there. That's why it was trying to dive out of my hands, clearly. Blue Flash, Summerwood, Entwine, Rotten Old Butler. Clear. That's the only reason a pack would dive that hard, is if there's a New Horizon or another Corsham. Sting of Sorcery, there's a foil Majestic. And it's a regular Runeblade one. I don't play Runeblade myself, so I don't know if that's actually fascinating or not. Actually, I should say I play against a fair amount of Runeblade on Talishar. I try and be up as much as possible on what other heroes are doing, even if I'm not. There's Blizzard, one of those who typically tries to play them all the time. I at least try and be attentive, and I feel like I don't see it in play a whole lot, which to me says it's probably not very good. The flip side, the other thing that I'm not considering as a possibility here, hey, Red Thump, there we go, is that other pack could be that extended Channel Lake Frigid. I would not be mad to find that either. And that would be another dive to the floor worthy pull. But not so much. This pack was just silly. It just didn't know what it was doing. But that is alright, y'all. Wow, okay. That was 2 boxes of a fresh case of Tales of Aria First Edition. Seek and Destroy. And then kind of a whole bunch of, the run of Majestics that are or were good, but a lot of them are kind of in either by their own right too good and sort of restricted, or they're not playable, at least in CC, because of their hero being living legended. Oak and Old, Sting of Sorcery, kind of fun to see, but clearly the hit here was our Cold Foil First Edition Corsham. And it looks pretty decent. It's got some corner issues. It's got some edge issues. It's definitely not a perfect copy of the card, but it looks pretty nice. I am happy to see that. I hope y'all had fun watching this with me. It was just kind of fun to go through that and see what we could see. I appreciate you. I try not to take you for granted. I really hope you know I'm very thankful for every moment you choose to spend with me. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.